Yo, welcome back, guys. We haven't had a spice stream in a while, so why not? I didn't plan on streaming today. This isn't our regular time, but thanks for joining anyway. We are definitely gonna be live. Don't miss it. Actually, it's scheduled. You can go click the remind me button. Go click the remind me button on the scheduled FOMC meeting. It's on Wednesday. It's gonna be a chirpow kind of day. It's gonna be a good time. Whoa. But right now we had a little move, but I really wanted to go live because not just because I was bored, but because some TA played out and I'm looking for some interesting price action. Shout out to anybody. I was up late last night. Anybody who was on Crypto Faces stream last night. That was a good time. Yeah, right to the freaking dollar. So let's this is gonna be a little bit different of an episode. I don't have like a schedule like I usually do. I have like a bunch of topics I want to talk about and things I want to do. I don't have any of that. So we're gonna do a lot more kind of just reading of the chat, looking at charts, chilling. I'm going to let's first walk through how our trade has changed. So we are still short. It seems like forever we've been short, and that's fine. Actually, let me get some tunes going. Don't forget to smash the likes and subscribes. My buttons are already not working. Let's get those likes up for this day. Maybe if we get enough likes, Bitcoin will do what we want it to do. That'd be pretty nice. Are you gonna work? There we go. Now my buttons work. All right. So we didn't really do much since the last trade, or since the last stream. I will show you my fills. We did this. Actually, you know what? When was the last stream? I don't remember. Good point. We might have been a little bit long. Since then, I guess we have a lot to update on then. Whoa. A lot to update on. Where did I do this off of? I can't remember. Man, that's what happens when I don't like think these things through and I just go live. Basically, re-entered short if I was long in the last stream. Re-entered short at 22.5. Our orders right here. We were net positive. Or net long, now we're net short. I added a little bit at 22.7. And just about an hour ago, and this is why I wanted to go live, took a little bit of profit off of that short at 21,644, leaving us with a total net negative 110 contracts. They're up 8%, plus the realized P&L. But what I'm looking for here actually, so I think around here was when CryptoFace was streaming, and he was short too. And I said, all right, well, I'm going to take profit 21,614 because I'm expecting a test of 21,614 and then a return to about 22.5. So you probably understand why I went live. Not really to gloat, but I want to see this play out, and it'd be really cool if it would play out live because it's rare to get a call that accurate. This definitely looked better. I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes ago when we were still green. Looks like price action has chilled out a little bit at 20,000, but this just blows me away. TA respected here, 21,614. That seems like a random number, I'm sure. But let's open up a new chart. I'm going to pull up the chat because I'm going to go back into my robot mode and forget and try to like do a normal episode, which is not the point today. Oh man, I feel like we're already having internet problems. That's okay. We're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna go. Let me pull the chat up. Boom, there it is. How many trades is that? Yeah, that is quite a few. So it's quite a few. We've built these over time, and these are just limit orders. You know what? Shout out to FEMX because this is important. They are our sponsor. They sponsor this channel. Thank you, FEMX. On FEMX, limit orders for derivatives actually have a negative fee. So even before I used FEMX, I've always used limit orders, actually because GDAX, what Coinbase used to be called, Coinbase Pro used to be called, they had 0 fees on limit orders. And then, of course, market orders had fees. And so I learned to trade that way. And I truly do believe that is the most successful way to trade, is via limit orders. It forces you to be patient. It forces you to let the market come to you instead of you chasing the market. And so, yeah, you can plan them out real far. A lot of these orders are very small. You can see some of these take profits, only 5 contracts. That's like I don't know, dollars. But we've built up this position basically by taking profit, reopening, taking profit, reopening, kind of like letting the market wash over us. Can you have a free subscription? I wish I could actually give them out directly. There's no way for me to do that. I can like randomly gift them in the chat, but I can't pick who they go to. And of course, our other sponsor, Market Cypher. Shout out to Crypto Face, my man. Check them out. You're going to see me using them. Using that tool, my favorite trading tool. What's going on, Wendell? Aloha. You're long from 21,690. Not the best. That 21,690 is the best. Dude, yes, that's the snipe. That's the snipe. You're in profit. I mean, I don't know what kind of leverage you used. I don't know exactly where you entered, but like, that was the snipe. That was it. Because if 21.6 breaks, you're probably going to see, like, you can get out of that position. In my opinion, not financial advice, none of it is. I would get out of this. I would get out of that. Boop. Look for a back test 21.6 and then look for about 20K. I already lost where I was. Where can I get your shirt? Gamer Subs. Actually, yeah, Gamer Subs, they're not necessarily a channel sponsor, but they've sent me a lot of merch over the time, and I like their product to make energy drinks too. It's gamersups.gg. Let me put that in there. They sell the Wafu stuff. They make all of these shaker bottles that you see me drink in, the energy drinks. They're good dudes. They make good products. You want a bull emoji, Jackie of Carolinas? Well, the membership has it. What's up, Shalom Mang? No bull run? No bull run is right now. It's just a little confusing to read out loud. I'm assuming you're saying it's not the bull run. I think most people would agree. Most people. What's up, Tom Kempster? Oh no, Y2K, my boy. How you doing, man? Paulo Shaft, Kiki, one beast of many. Auntie BK Harley says 13K. That's a good target. Bearish on internet. Me too, Ian. Bearish on humanity. Stream got washed over. I don't know what that means, Armeep, but thank you for being here, my friend. 7 minute looking spicy. What's up, Chemo? How you doing, bro? George, how you doing? William, how are you, man? How you doing? Yeah, so what were some things I was looking at recently? Ethereum had that. I posted this on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you should. If you haven't liked and subscribed on YouTube, you're not invited to my birthday. I love saying that. Let's see if I have a cleaner chart. July 1st. I'm doing good, Rohit. How you doing? We saw Ethereum rally to 1,700. Like, we've been saying this forever. This is a chart from July 1st. Ethereum, since we streamed last, hit virtually 1,700. It kind of sucks what happened, though. And actually, there's so much to update on. I think I was going to, like, mentally, I was planning to do all the big updates at the FOMC meeting stream, but whatever, we'll do some now. We've been looking for Ethereum to backtest 1,700 forever. People were saying we're overly bullish down here. I would have even almost agreed. I'm very surprised Ethereum found support at like 878. But the back test that was support, tested as resistance, it didn't quite make it there, but it had such a great run. And you can't see it here on the daily, or you can. You can't see the weekly. The weekly, that's what it was. Let's see. 1,600 was the close. A close above 1,700, I tweeted, would have been really bullish. I would have put my sights on 2,100 easy. Got rejected into the close, which kind of dampened the fun. You can see the wick on the top of that candle. Ethereum, though, actually not suffering. Not getting hammered here. Despite that rejection. Interesting. Wait, I made a new chart, but I'll make another new chart because we don't want a bunch of stuff on it, because this is the update. This is the TA update. This is not our usual scheduled time or program. I'm not on my game. This is the big update since the last stream. This is it. Bitcoin's 200 weekly moving average. I've been putting out like short content. I've gotten some help thanks to our sponsors, if that makes sense. Market Cypher, you guys should check them out. I've been able to get help with the channel. We're 3.5 years into streaming live on YouTube, and I finally am outsourcing any amount of the work, and it's amazing. Very happy about that. Shout out to everybody who's been helping. There's more than one of you out there. You know who you are. 200 weekly. This was such a hype close. I actually was complaining earlier today. I said something in the Discord of like, by the way, join the Discord. The weekly close was so hype, and now it's just nothing. Because basically, we had gotten the weekly we didn't want. This is I've been saying this for weeks now. What we didn't want is a move above the 200 and for it to get sold off into the close of the weekly. It happened. So now we are very much on defense. This doesn't guarantee that we go to a new low, doesn't guarantee that we go any farther than it's gone yet, but that's a bearish sign. That's not even as a perma bull, that's not a bullish thing to happen. We talked about it happening before it did. We discussed how a rejection would be potentially very savage. So now we got to look down to support and say, where is our invalidation? I would say our invalidation for any long position here, like I said, maybe 21, under these weekly closes for sure, like 19.3. Down here would be very, very dangerous. But I'm not going to lie, don't hate it. We're just chilling kind of under the 200 for now. And where price bounce is what is important to me. And this maybe will show you exactly how I picked out that point to take some profit on our in-stream trade. Maybe it will. There you go. This value, 21.6. And I like to be really specific just because it's annoying, 21.614. But like it's just a 21.6 in general. Never take literal like to the decimals. They're never relevant. It doesn't work that way. We could see that this level acted as support before we fell to a new low. It acted as resistance. Again. We broke through it. And so today, after rejecting from the 200 weekly, we back tested that resistance as support. If this holds today, I think the probability of retaking the 200 weekly is very good. Doesn't necessarily, I can't at this moment say it will close, or weekly will close higher than the 200, but at least in a daily time frame, any close above 21.6 here, I think we see a retracement rally. We see it, or at very, very minimum, back to the 200 weekly, which would be about 22.8. This does get me excited, though. This is a really solid looking pattern. It's not quite like a wick off accumulation. Nothing quite as exciting as that, but what it is a very solid pattern that kept people very bearish. Probably still should be bearish, but this didn't look good. This was not a good looking pattern. To most people, I'll say, especially because we have this consolidation before it, but we've broken, and now we're seeing a potential backtest. So as long as this holds, we have a potential for a very bullish move. Now that bullish move doesn't, again, put us at a new all-time high tomorrow, but we may see some retracement like we've been expecting, and this is going to bring me kind of full circle, I think. We've been expecting some kind of retracement. We could still be in a bear market and see retracement. That's normal. In fact, we've seen a weirdly small amount of retracements for a bear market. And that might bring us up somewhere like this, but we've seen that as we just looked on Ethereum. Why is this so different? I have too many charts up. We've seen this on Ethereum essentially. It got so close. I think that might be close enough, but I think it's very realistic that Ethereum does do a full 1700 touch. But this is the move that we're looking for on Bitcoin. The difference is Bitcoin, instead of moving back to, and this is the equivalent of like 25K, Bitcoin's moved back, talking in Ethereum terms, to that 1230 resistance, which had the same kind of setup that Bitcoin has currently, with consolidation, resistance drop, and then you broke through. And then when you broke through, your target, of course, was that previous support, to test that liquidity, to take that liquidity out of the market. It was support, moving back to it. Market makers can sell back in, find more liquidity, load more shorts, etc. So to see Bitcoin do the same move wouldn't be weird. It just seems far-fetched at the moment. It's hard to think of anything green. I feel like the only color I see is red lately. But that it would be this equivalent move. It'd be the equivalent move of 25.3. So it's like you break out. Ethereum didn't do this part, but Bitcoin maybe. And what I like about this is the invalidation is so easy. I mean, now I guess the trade is kind of, maybe it's over, maybe it's not over, but the invalidation was, I expect that previous resistance to hold as support, and if it doesn't, then I don't want to be in a long. So I took a little bit of the short profit there, because you guys know I'm just always bullish. I just want to see it go up. I like taking profits on shorts. It's been good practice. But I think that's pretty reasonable. If Bitcoin loses 21.6, where do you fall to? It's, I don't know, down here 19. But at that point, you're really, I think if we lose 21.6, so ignore this actual value. Say something like this. I'm going to take the price label off because it's not important. If we look back to May, this is kind of something, this is like kind of what I'm looking for. So making this move up, maybe testing kind of previous resistance as support. If we lose it, we can say, all right, any kind of long position is likely invalidated. We saw that play out last market. Noodle crab. Noodle crab. But 21.614. So what's interesting, and this is like something I guess you just learn over time. That's what I hope to teach you guys, or not teach you. The value I hope to deliver isn't that you should trade like me or listen to me about trades or crypto or anything, but simply that maybe you can learn some of the really difficult or time-consuming lessons from me that I learned from just spending years and years and years doing it. And hopefully that just helps you out overall and you're further ahead in your learning. So this is why 21.6 to me was so interesting. And this is why I had a very good feeling price would move down to it. Not only, so you might have not caught that. I'm going to get rid of the 200 here, just so it doesn't distract us. So we're on the daily time frame. We see, boom, right? Candle closes. We have very clear resistance, right? When we go to the 2-day, boom. On the 2-day, we have the reversal there as well. Well, that's not that crazy, right? I mean, that happens. But then we go to the 3-day, 21.614 is there. Okay, that's getting a little weirder. Yeah, the 1, 2, and 3-day, certainly that has to happen with decent regularity, right? It does. When you go to the 4-day, this is when it starts to kind of leave the realm of regularity. When we go to the 4-day, we see our candle opens and closes right there. When we go to the 5-day, we see not just candles opens and closes. I can't even speak. Opens and closes. Not just opens and closes, but we also have a 3-candle setup. On the 5-day, we have a green large-bodied candle, a non-bearish engulfed red candle, a small-bodied red candle, followed by a bullish engulfed green candle. And again, guys, this is now on the 5-day. This is not a small time frame. Not a small time frame. And still on the 5-day, 21.6 is essentially the resistance, the reversal. We see opens and closes on candles there. So boom, it's a perfect back test on the 5, but I'm not done. You'd think I'd be done. I'm not done. The 6-day this is like the only time frame I feel that doesn't have anything to do with it. The 7-day. So here's what's really weird, okay? So this is 7-day. This is not a week. But on the 7-day, you can see that's very similar to the 5-day, correct? Large green bullish engulf, red small-bodied candle, green bullish engulf, 3-candle setup. So I should just skip the 6-day, made it less confusing. On the 5-day, right there. On the 7-day, right there. And we have it here. So far, only the 6-day doesn't show us 21.6. It's the only daily time frame. So here's what kind of caught my eye, though, and this is why it's so spicy. So the 7-day actually isn't the weekly, which is a concept I cannot explain to you, but that's simply how it is. When we go to the week, look what happens. So what does this tell me? What does this tell you guys? I'd be curious to hear what you guys have to say. I think this is extra spicy because people are going to look at the weekly time frame. And they're going to say, 21.6, that's not really even a value. We just had some wicks here. We only really had 2 candles. on the weekly even really move through and close 21.6. And so people likely aren't looking, at least on a weekly kind of perspective, at 21.6. Yet the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 day candles all opened and closed at that value. That does not happen often. Yes, like a 1 and 2 day, that happens probably 50% of the time. They open and close at the same value every other candle, right? But when you combine it then with 3, 4, 5, and 7, that's no longer something that happens very commonly. And then on top of that, the week doesn't reflect it. This is pretty spicy. To me, it looks like the market is trying to show a weaker weekly, a less strong weekly than it really is. Boom, 7 day. I'm just gonna no more weeks for me, man. It's just 7 days because this is beautiful. This is such beautiful, clean price action. You never get that. Let's see what's Market Cypher say here. Market Cypher's pretty damn bullish on the 7 day. Ooh, buddy. And I'm sure the weekly doesn't reflect that. I'm sure the weekly is less bullish. Yeah, a little bit. Not as much as I was hoping to make a point. So that was the importance of 21.6. This is an interesting lesson. That was just one of those things. It took me a long time and just staring at charts all day, every day to kind of put that thought line together. Even though it seems obvious now that I've said it, it's not something that people kind of intuitively flock to. It's like you just eventually get bored and you start flipping through time frames and you notice, hey, a lot of the time these line up, and maybe that makes them more interesting. Maybe that makes them higher probability. But the real takeaway, I guess, is the rolling through, the kind of observing every time frame, watching them closely. That's the takeaway. And kind of the convergences, congruencies maybe between them, something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't plan any of this, so this is I always wing it. But this is like way more winging it than usual. Huh. Okay, this is pretty cool. On the hourly, we have a very local support that seems to be. I was wondering why price looked so weird. It just stopped. On the 5 minutes, like stopped moving. And that looked odd to me. If we look at yesterday's price action, we have this cluster of candles and we actually have kind of similar behavior. Look at all these wicks with very kind of solid body closes, right? This suggests to us, this was a major on the hourly time frame reversal point. That was broken. This is why we're doing the spicy stream. And so maybe even in the theme of our next target being 22.5, where I'm looking to reopen the profit that I took from 21.6. Maybe we're looking for a back test of that here. That would make sense. That would be logical. That would be logical. One second. 22.052. I'm not gonna change our trades. Our trades will remain the same. These are all thought out. I don't want to undo that. Come on. I go live. We haven't had a spicy stream in like a year. This really looked like it wanted to just like move right up to like 22.5. This ascending trend though maybe is suggesting a little higher, or maybe it's suggesting we are going to trade sideways. Something like this. I don't know, like boop, end of 25 or 22.5. Where does it intersect? Right here. Cool. Cuckoo. Actually, let me take a look. Damn, the 5 minutes super tight. 15 minute is leaning bearish, but it's weakened bearish. Kind of the same on the 30 actually. 45 leaning bullish. 60 weakened bearish. 2 hour, very weak bearish. 90 minute leaning actually the hardest bearish. Weird. This is some weird price action. In all honesty, what I expect here, nice, start moving. What I expect here is we're likely to see a bunch of volatility, not just in crypto, but across markets today. We probably did. Actually, I didn't even check in on stocks and stuff. I probably should have. Oh, well. Lots of volatility into Wednesday. And that's why I was hyping the Chirpow show. Wednesday is going to be, in my opinion, maybe the biggest day of the year. I have a gut feeling, man. I just do. I have a gut feeling. The CPI numbers keep coming out higher, and they keep raising rates. They're accelerating the rate at which they raise rates. This could be the one, and maybe it won't be, and we'll have to wait. But this could be the Chirpow speech, where it's actually not the most boring kind of nothing burger. There might be some interesting stuff coming out. Got a feeling. If you're looking around the world globally, you'd say, well, the last few years have been terrible, and you'd be correct. It's almost hard to even say, but now they're worse. I don't know. But at least now we're starting to see, now we are seeing news articles, or at least I've been seeing news articles about banks in China declaring deposits as like bank assets, which essentially just means they don't have like the right to withdraw it if the bank doesn't want them to. I mean, like bank run signs plus record inflation plus this big meeting. You know what's also weird, and maybe you guys have the answer, I don't. Every FOMC meeting has been the 15th. This one is the 26th for some reason. Is that because it's the start of a quarter? Maybe like every quarter start, they have it like later or something. I don't know. It's weird. That threw me off. But it's just interesting. Just interesting. Gina will ask the good questions, and we'll be there. We'll be there. Chirp. What's up, Honda Mang? How you doing? I have no idea why nobody's mentioning the MACD. The MACD? MACD's nuts, Mag. I use the MACD all the time. MACD all the time. But to say, wow, I can't believe no one's mentioning the MACD. It's so bullish. That's not a complete thought, because the MACD is just an indicator. And so to say it's bullish, you need to include time frame. That's pretty much it. You just need to say on the time frame, because to say it's just bullish, you can find a time frame where it's bearish or bullish. On the daily, not so hot on the daily. Market Cipher, I think, is honestly more kind of bullish looking than MACD on the daily right now. 12 hour, certainly. MACD not looking bullish on 12 hour. Actually, nothing looking too good. We maybe really need to see some upside in the next 2 hours. The trick is not to sell the bottom. Shalom, guys, just so you guys know, Shalom is maybe one of the most OG members of this channel. No offense to anyone else, but I doubt anyone listening right now would claim to have been here before Shalom. Me and Shalom, this used to be me and Shalom like chatting like via the chat room live on YouTube with like 10 people watching. He's a guy, he is a extremely intelligent person, knows way more about macro, way more about traditional than I do. Respect his opinion. I would say we definitely don't agree all the time, but good dude. Wal-Mart guided lower. We have some big stuff actually this week too, not just the FOMC meeting, don't we? That reminds me. Let me say, I need to pull this up. Let me pull this up. Let's see. Today, or no, not today. Tomorrow. So tomorrow we have... No. Today we had Microsoft and Google earnings reports. Is that true? Did I miss that? Let's see how those went. Tomorrow we have Meta and Apple. Like, those are like the 4 biggest companies. But Tom, you're missing one. Amazon. And that one's the 28th. So we have 3 days of earning reports that essentially are the largest companies in the United States. Stock market today, Dow ends higher. Energy surge. And of course, we have the FOMC meeting, the 27th. So this is a big week. Is there really nothing like huge? Where's Microsoft and Google? Maybe it's in most popular. Most popular. Shopify, Nasdaq. Why is that? Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe my sources are off. But it's Monday. So I think that those things were supposed to happen. Stocks. Candace Design. I don't care about Candace Design, god damn it. Where are my earnings? Wal-Mart. Okay, someone in the chat, you did say Wal-Mart. MH, shout out, brother. MH. Wal-Mart shares plunged 9 on Q2. Guidance cut. Earnings are going to be tricky here. They're going to be tricky here. And I think they're only going to get trickier into the end of the year. Microsoft, Alphabet, Visa earnings. Ooh, Visa, there's another one. Why are they not showing us? I'm so bad at stocks. Ooh, here we go, stocks. And what was supposed to have come out today? There's too many of them, they're boring. Microsoft, Google. Neither of those are on here. Well, I don't know. I got lost on that site. I'm going to read the chat. Do you guys see, is there any other earnings other than Walmart? I thought there was supposed to be Microsoft and Google today. Just pull up their ticker. Stop being so smart, JB. Stop being so intelligent. Good looks. Microsoft Corporation. Microsoft Corporation. We're on the 15-minute. Don't get excited. Let's look at the week. Wow, that looks like dog shit. That looks like dog shit. Wow, that's on the weekly. Okay, looks like they closed down. Microsoft closed down 0.6%. Doesn't really. I mean, they must have just been on beat earnings. I'm gonna guess. I'll just make that prediction. They probably hit whatever earnings they said they were gonna hit. Let's make a Google. I don't even think I don't know if I've ever charted Google. This is what you get when you're a crypto bro, man. Like, you don't know the classics. You don't even know the classics. Ooh. I keep getting excited, but it's on the 15-minute. Okay, Google down 0.3%. So, not really a big day. Their earnings came out. Nothing really happened. I wonder if... And of course, earnings. Oh, you can click it. Date. Oh, it says the 26th. What? I guess maybe they... announce them tomorrow? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense. This kind of price action to me looks like a chart waiting for this. Like, melt up or down. Waiting for that earnings call. That's a bummer. I thought that they were today. Let's look at Walmart then, I guess. 26th. 26th. And it's the 25th today, boo. I guess we'll look at Walmart. One in Rome, right? I don't know what it is. Walmart. Wal-Mart. Okay. Earnings and revenue. So theirs came out. They were under 8%, and that's their daily candle. Dude, stocks are stupid. I don't get it. I don't understand it, man. Stocks are dumb. Walmart looks like it wants 146. Fill that little gap-a-roo. Come right back down. Do one of these bad boys. Got yourself like a super head and shoulders. It's like a Sauron's tower of head and shoulders. There it is. Yeah, stocks. That wasn't as exciting as I'd hoped. They have all this like big news stuff. I guess What's more important is over the next 3 days, we have some really, really significant economic events happening. I think that's the takeaway, right? Let's just leave this chart. Wal-Mart is beautiful. Okay. There we are on the hour. At the hourly local support. We mapped that out at the beginning of the episode. So if you break here, likely moving lower, looking lower. Ooh, that'd be rough. 219, 219. "16 minutes till we know." Imagine trying to figure out the price action thing with the actual value. Well, I will say stocks do typically seem, or I think are generally accepted as easier to chart than crypto. You're probably right, Honda Man. Insider Trading priced it in. Tom G, my man, Tuesday earnings, Microsoft. Oh, today's Monday. Oh, wrecked. Riggedy wrecked. Once the wages hit, public assets are going to go parabolic. What wages? I gotta scroll up. I'm catching up. It's Shalom story time. Pointing out how much employment the government does. It's true. They're a large employer. Or the largest. Largest. He's in all the smaller chat rooms. Shalom, are you still like slumming around the small chat rooms chatting? That's all. Dude, that's actually awesome. I love that you come here sometimes, but I love that you're like me, man. It's like you and me, and there's a few others, but very few. It's like, we never left. We came, we never left. BTC Euro, Kato Ino. Alright. Oh! Look at that little 5-minute close. Snuck right above support. Let's go. I got alerts on both. We'll look at BTC Euro, why not? Yep. That's actually spicy as hell, dude. That's spicy as hell. So BTC Euro did what we were looking at BTC USD to do. It already did it. It touched back to its previous consolidation. Of course, this chart does look different than the dollar, a little like different structurally as well. But it was interesting because BTC Euro didn't break, like it held 24,000 much longer than Bitcoin held like 28,000. Is interesting. And then once the dollar started getting strength and Euro started dumping, they really started to like diverge from kind of like the symmetry they had. It's interesting. It's very interesting to me. That's nasty. I wonder if BTC Euro is above the 200 weekly. I need to shave my beard because apparently this is driving me nuts while I'm live. It's so itchy. Who here has an itchy friggin' beard? My beard is like, oops. My beard is like coarse, I don't know. There it is. It is above the 200 weekly, spicy. It's like copper wire, my beard. It's not a good time for anyone. Interesting. BTC Euro, very different than BTC USD. Very different. And that can be explained from the Euro's loss recently. The Euro's strength. Dumping. We've been covering that. I think it actually recovered parity, but still, that's the reason they're different. But what's interesting is that like it's still respecting the T. It's weird. It is, markets truly are somewhat magical. The way so many different moving parts none of which are really pointing in the exact right direction. All of their forces combining, creating a unique direction. It's wild. Something magical about it. 5 minute did not hold. Wompity wompity. We still have a little bit though. So in 12 minutes, we're looking for the hourly to settle up above 22. That would be great. We can move the goalpost over and over and over again if we want and say, well, we have hourly reversals here, so maybe 21.9, whatever, is still okay, sure. But this is where, structurally, I'd like to see this hourly settle up. Boom. So let's see it happen. Start wicking. It's too short. Crawler, it's weird though. When it's short, it doesn't itch at all. But when it gets to exactly this length, it itches, and then you're right. When it gets past this length, it doesn't, but I never make it past because it drives me nuts. My beard hair grows like a corkscrew, like a pube. Just call it my beard pubes. Please give the MACD another look on the weekly. Certainly, George. Sure, brother. We can do that. Okay. Yes. You're seeing that waning momentum. And you should. Oh my god. I need to blow my nose. Okay. I might have to shave my beard. You're noticing the weekly momentum. So we've seen this, January 22nd. We saw it May 2021. We're seeing it again, and that is the weekly is losing selling momentum, and that's been true for 1, 2, 3, 4, now potentially 5 weeks, depending on how this candle closes this week. Each time we've seen the weekly roll over, we have seen upside. We can see these highs though did come down. That's not exactly great, as you want your highs to be coming up. But your lows are coming down too, so that's not the end of the world. But each time the weekly rolled over, we saw upside. So back here, from 2021's low, we moved up to 69K off of that weekly rolling over. We were watching that then. Here in April, this one caught us. We were looking at this live, I remember too. Rolled over and then sold off. So yes, this is cool and I like it. And it's good, and it does very much imply some kind of upside. And hint, hint, I think we've talked about what that upside probably is. Not financial advice. I think we've talked about what that probably is here. But we're going to need to see more. I like it. It is hard to argue that as bearish. To say that's a bearish signal would be incorrect. Waning selling momentum, absolutely bullish. Absolutely a bullish signal. But looking, as I said, the last 2 iterations, we had a pretty good one. We had a crappy one. And so it's very possible we see an even smaller one. And then we see some kind of move to the downside. I think that will be, if we did see that, that would be the capitulation. That's what I think we would see. If we see this pattern continue and there's almost no buying momentum on the weekly, it goes right back down, I bet we see some kind of crazy candle that breaks the previous swing low here during the week, intra-week, and then moves back up. And what you've done is you've trapped all this trading motion, all this energy. You've fake broken it, and then you've pushed it the other direction. You've caught probably everyone off trade there. But it's cool. And I actually haven't really paid as much attention to it as I usually do. So it's a good reminder. Appreciate you. But yep, we're getting there. We're getting there. The only problem is we've kind of seen this pony ride here. And it is a bullish piece of evidence, but it's certainly not something I'm going to get very excited about. Not yet. Not yet. Well, nothing's happened on our trade again because I went live and the market stopped moving. The markets quit when I went live. They said, F you, Tom. Longer time frames, longer, we're talking very short, but longer, not minutes. Hourly time frames, a little bit more of an uptrend. When we're zoomed into like the 5 minute, the 1 minute here, obviously looking at this downtrend. Pretty much, after looking at multiple time frames, checking these out earlier too, not much is going to matter to me. Not much is going to matter to me unless we'd have to see some crazy volatility. But not much is going to matter to me as long as we can close this daily. Right where it is. Boom. Actually, right where it is doesn't have to be right where it is. But as long as it's above 21.6, then I'll be short-term bullish. Short-term. I'm not going to close my short, but I'll be short-term bullish. Meaning, maybe I'll be looking for this move. Our 618, a little bit higher than that 22.5. A little bit higher. Not much. We look at the last two daily closes. And you got 22.5. Boom. Called this move yesterday. Well, I guess it wasn't yesterday. It was technically 18 hours ago, maybe. Moved down to support, moved back to resistance, and then I don't know. I have no idea what happens after this. We either finish out the structure, finish out the structure, move to the previous support, or maybe we don't make it back to 22.5. Maybe 21.6 doesn't hold. Maybe we sell off in the next few hours. Next 2 hours, we could sell off, close below, and then we're just looking at, I don't know, Geronimo yelling timber. But at the moment, this is a good structure. As long as that holds. I don't know if I'll have anything more valuable to say than that today. I think that's really all. That's like the most valuable thing anyone could be looking at today in Bitcoin for short-term price action. Many, many more important things in the world. Now I'm just doodling. This is what you get when you get me late in the day. More doodles, less content, less energy. I'm usually so ready to freaking go. Well, that's very distracting, isn't it? This is way too distracting. Wait. Days, hours, yep. Oh, no, I did it backwards. No. Minutes is what I was trying to take that off. Minutes, hours. Minutes. Okay. We are so zoomed in, and it's still nothing is happening. Diamond on the hourly. You know what, Ben? Good note. Good note, Ben. I don't know. You may watch this channel. Hopefully you do. And if you do and I don't recognize the name, I apologize. But Ben actually pointing out something here that I should have pointed out. Look at him. He's out crowning the crown. We have what we consider the early or the definition of a diamond, the preemptive diamond. Dude, these hairs are going in my nose. Oh my God. We have the diamond signal. You're correct, my friend. Good eye. Very good eye. Why do we have that, you may ask? Because we have price that consolidated. We saw that here. From that consolidation, we broke. It doesn't matter which direction. This time, we broke to a lower low. From that lower low, we pushed to a higher high versus the consolidation. So we have our low immediately to our high. And on this channel, I've invented a lot of what the TA I talk about is. That is my diamond signal. You see this happen in crypto a lot. It also does, like, it fits a definition of diamond. You need to have a higher high and a lower low. We see them happen like this a lot in crypto where they do that. So I've developed the early warning signal for them. There's no real way to draw the rest of the diamond. Unfortunately, this is like kind of the unknown aspect of the diamond is over here. But what I like to do is basically look at maybe like the 0.5 retrace, like right in between the high and the low. I like to look there, and I like to place it somewhere near there. Somewhere near there. And then you look and wait for price action. Price action will likely swing low from here. Where it swings low, you adjust the diamond. This is all just like kind of like, I don't know, not amateur, homebrew TA. You adjust it, and you're going to end up adjusting it a few times. But diamonds in general are considered reversal patterns, so let's zoom out. That would not be a bad spot for a reversal, would it? Actually, it would be literally the perfect spot for a reversal. That's pretty spicy. Boom. Fall, reversal. Boom. 21,600. If you follow a TA guru and they haven't brought up 21,600 today, might not be a guru. Bummer on this because I wanted it to be exciting while we were live, but I mean, close still looks good. I don't think it's very likely. I don't think it's very likely that we see this close below 21.6 today. With only 2 hours on the dot left, there's absolutely possible, but I'm not really seeing it. Not really seeing it. I'm seeing some bearish signals on lower time frames, but they're bearish signals that are like losing the battle. They're still in the favor of the bears, but they're quickly losing that favor, if that makes sense. I think this diamond's really solid, actually. All right, there we go. Hourly closed. We did not close above that support. That would, or previous resistance, so it did not hold as support. That would have been awesome. Again, we could, yes, move the goalposts and say, we have a lot of these, we can just keep going down. And in fact, we could even then use the bottom of the candles too, and now we have all these levels, right? But it closed below that support, so I don't think we're going to see this happen. Which was possible. I was definitely considering this possibility until that hourly close. Now it seems less likely, not so probable. F in chat. Dude, my freaking connection, man. What is up with this? Huh. Weirdly, on my side, it said it's been good. Ooh, darkness. I wonder if that'll fix it. You know, I haven't really done any like shilling or anything. I haven't really done anything this episode. I just wanted to get on and chat, and I was hoping to get this good close. I really just wanted to tell you guys about 21.6 in today. How about I shill this quick? Could we get a few more likes and subscribes? I don't think any new subscribers have joined us during this live stream, or at least my really super freaking shitty alert box doesn't ever seem to tell me that people do. If you've subscribed during today's live stream and it did not, I don't know, I don't see it. But if you did, could you tell us in chat? Just say you did. Give you a shout out. What's up, Crypto Doc? What have you been saying for 20 minutes? F's in the chat. Let's just, everybody just F's. Oliver. Ooh, I found a comment I want to attack. Not attack personally. Oliver. What a beautiful softball. One second. Yeah, nah, I know it's not as spicy as I expected. Okay. Oliver says, does TA really work if everyone says we don't know what comes next? And Oliver, that could be a genuine question, or he could be trolling. I don't know. because I've heard people use this argument to try to like troll traders and things. Does TA work? So here's the issue: is anyone who says TA is like astrology and they're not joking, or TA is, I don't know, magic, hocus pocus. Any person who says that doesn't understand what TA is, because TA doesn't work or not work. It doesn't, that isn't how it functions. TA doesn't give you the answers. TA doesn't ever give you the answer. TA can help you narrow down from an infinite pool of answers to a smaller pool of answers, to a more probabilistic pool of answers. But TA does not ever give you the future. TA is not the future. There's no such thing as a 100% anything trade. No such thing. So does TA work? I like the analogy. So poker is very much, there's very much randomness, right? Similar to markets. There's randomness to it. You could, in theory, go to play poker and get it, I don't know, the absolute best possible hand every time you play poker forever. The probability of that is literally zero. It's not zero, but it's zero. But it could happen, right? So why are the best poker players in the world? Why are they the best poker players? What makes them different? Do they get the best cards? Do they get the best hands? No. The best poker players in the world are the best poker players because they do TA. They're not drawing on charts. They're not looking at candles, but they're doing what TA is. They're looking at probability, and they're looking at ways to use that probability to gain any kind of edge over that randomness that is the card distribution. How was that? How's that? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I probably missed some of it. Like, think of it as you flip a coin. Instead of doing any TA, instead of looking at a chart, flip a coin. It's either long or short, right? Long, short, long, short. You just flip a coin. TA's goal is to outperform that. That's it. Period. Done. TA also, though, comes with some incredibly important investing information and lessons, like risk management. Technical analysis. You can learn risk management outside of technical analysis, but they're hand in hand. They're fundamental to each other. So it introduces valuable concepts even to people not trading. I lost my train of thought. TA or DCA? DCA is taking, is really, I promote DCA more than anything. I don't think if you're brand new, if you haven't been trading, let's say if you haven't been watching markets for at least a year, you had no business trading, in my opinion. That's my opinion. You, of course, make your own choices. Do you take your own risk? But you got no business. If you've been looking or interested or watching or following charts for at least, I'd say, a year, then you might want to trade some spot. Trade spot. If you're trading leverage and you haven't been trading spot for a very long time, I think you're crazy. And you need to practice risk management or you're going to lose all your money. Thank God there was not leverage trading when I started crypto. It existed, but it didn't really exist. Like, it kind of existed, but it wasn't easily, wasn't readily available. I mean, I could have done it. But it also wasn't like the culture we have now of leverage, of like degen, of like that. Thank God, I would have lost all my money. I guarantee it. If I had learned how to trade by trading leverage, I would have lost all my money. I lost 80% of my portfolio in spot. Think of that. Think about that. With no liquidation, I lost 80% of my portfolio when I started trading. Learn from my mistakes. That's all I want. Learn from my mistakes. Gain some value from mine. I should probably look to see what Oliver said. Because it'd be hard to argue. I think it's hard to argue against what I just said. Maybe, maybe not. Serious question. Right on, dude. Right on. I have seen that used to like attack people a lot. I didn't know. You never know. People are or not. But it's like the question itself is flawed. If someone says TA does or doesn't work, they already don't know what they're talking about.
Say it. When a doctor doctors a doctor, does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as the doctor being doctored wants to be doctored, or does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as he wants to doctor?
What? Thanks for the 10. Thanks for the 10 Web3 influencer awards. Thanks, brother. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with the internet. It was fine for 2 months or something after they came out. Now it's just being weird again. I don't know. Martian. One word. Probability and variables. Right on. I like that answer, actually. Just sub, loving the stream. What's up, Eric Olson? How you doing, man? Welcome to the fam. It hasn't alerted me to anyone subscribing. My alert box has betrayed me, but it's great to have you, man. It's great to have new people in the space. I'll tell you what, this is a rare time. I don't know if you're new to crypto or if you're just new to the stream, but this is a rare and a good time to have found this stream. Ask anyone who's been here for a long time. Anyone who's been here for like over, I would say year and a half, would definitely agree. Technical guessing. I like that, Keith Covey. Technical guessing. That, you know why I like that? Because I think if that's actually what we called technical analysis, then I think people would like hate it less, or there'd be this like less like kind of toxicity towards it. Am I gonna get a theme song? Oh, I want a theme song. Julio, will you make me a theme song? Actually, I have a theme song. I'm not quite like Crypto Phase. I don't have a whole album, but yeah, I have a theme song. You want to hear it? Sorry. I have not played that in so long. Also, sorry for blowing your speakers out. I know that was way loud. I don't know how to like adjust that. That's our theme song. That is legitimately our song. Axel Boy. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. I think he's a UK artist. He's pretty big. Axel Boy made that for us. Shout out to Axel Boy. I don't know if you're around anymore. He found us a long time ago. I don't know if he's still out there, man, but shout out to you. I still freaking love that. I still randomly will play that to myself. I'm looking for a good tune. There was a tune I wanted to share with you guys. It's a crypto tune. But the guy never got back to me. Oh, I asked him if I could use it. You never heard it? We'll play it again. Oof, Bitcoin is making this it's making this stressful for me. I don't really care where it's at right now. We're still net short. You can kind of see our position at the bottom. We're later than usual, and so the sun's hitting everything weird. That's why it looks odd. We're still short, but we're looking for 21.6 to hold. Holding 21.6 on the daily today is very strong. Very strong potential. Very, very strong potential if we hold 21.6. And we tapped it. Maybe we should look at volume there. Ooh, we got a nice spike. Got a nice spike. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Yep. Right there. Excellent. That volume shows us that buyers, other buyers, I guess that includes me because I took profit on some of that short. That is essentially a market buy. Other actors were looking at this price as well, and their orders filled, and likely stop losses and such pushed price higher. That high volume is good. That high volume becomes dangerous if we retrace it. Now, if we break kind of this potential diamond pattern, if we break 21.5, then it's pretty bad. Because you had that high volume, you flushed out the buy orders, and now you've cleared the order books. And you've made kind of like a slide. A little slide down. Man, every time I go live, it's just nothing happens. There just hasn't been a lot happening lately in general. I think that's actually what it is. Trading on FOMC, our sponsor. Yeah, I have Sauron. Wal-Mart, the Deathbringer. Not gonna lie, this was not how I thought the stream would go. I thought it was gonna keep going up. I thought it was gonna go right to 22.5. You know what? Even if you have the right call, the timing.
When a doctor doctors a doctor, does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as the doctor being doctored wants to be doctored, or does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as he wants to doctor?
Thank you again, Web3. I appreciate your $10 super chats, my friend. Doctor. Look at that. Oof. All right. So all of the hourly supports, like the ones that we said we can keep moving the goalpost, all of those just blasted through, kind of completely ignored by price. This is really the only thing I'm looking for. This is really the only thing now I'm going to be looking for. We moved up. Do we break a 618 retracement? Or do we go lower? Do we go to a 786 retracement? If we go to a 786, then I'm probably looking for something like that. If we bounce off the 618. $22. See what happens there. This 22 to 22.1 area. But that's if this holds, and it's being tested maybe this second, maybe right now. Let's take a look at our low time frames. Hold up. 1 minute looks like absolute flaming garbage. 5 minute looking like some garbage too. Let's look at like a 10. 10 not quite. Man, these time frames in that like brief time period have all these short time frames just in this like hourly candle have gone to shit. Like just nuked. They were looking pretty good and they just got nuked. Hoping the 618 there holds. All right. Potentially we could be seeing maybe the first touch of the bottom of our triangle. We don't know. I would say not yet. I would say no, not yet. Just from, I don't know, personal experience, just doesn't really look like it. Usually we see a little deeper retracement on these. It could see that. I don't know. That's possible. No. Wouldn't really fit our pattern. We need to see it play out on like a longer, bigger time frame. All right, does it hold? Does it hold? Does it hold? Does it hold? Oh my.
Say it. When a doctor doctors a doctor, does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as the doctor being doctored wants to be doctored, or does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as he wants to doctor?
Thank you again, my friend. Just pro tip. If you want me to say a ridiculously long sentence like that, you ain't got enough zeros. Not enough zeros. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate anyone who supports our stream in any way, even if it isn't money, just likes, hitting the like button, subscribing. Appreciate that as well, or equally more. I don't know. Appreciate the super chats, but yeah, no, not even going to attempt that. No. You know why? Because Tom Crown, my word, is a lot more expensive than $30. My words cost more. All right, let's see if it's breaking. Also, every time you super chat, it seems to go down. So if you do keep super chatting, you're going to help my short out. That's actually compounding gains because my short will be profiting. So will the super chats. You're gonna break, little guy. You're just gonna sit there. Let's just make up a trade while we wait. All right. Back. You son of a bee. Don't you dare just snipe us like that. Oops. Okay. No financial advice. These are always just for educational purposes. 3-to-1 risk to reward, that's pretty standard. If I wanted or felt like I had to prove to you guys that I could always win trades, I wouldn't take a 3-to-1. I would take a 1-to-1. If I only took 1-to-1 risk to reward trades on this channel, we'd win almost every time you watch. We'd win a lot. I like the 3. 3, I think 3 is the sweet spot. It's like 2.5 to 3. That means you only have to win about 1 out of every 3 trades, which is, in my opinion, it's better. I don't know. 2-to-1 doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good to me. 1-to-1 is honestly, I feel like 1-to-1 is just for people who want to say, haha, look at my win rate is 1,000,000%. You want to see me win every trade ever? Watch. It's really, really, really easy. I actually have to be on a way bigger time frame. Watch this. Okay, ready? Okay. So this trade is a losing trade at negative trillion. Smooth negative trill. And now I can place my take profit anywhere. Pretty much. And that's a trade that will win. It won't get stopped out. It's not going to go to negative trillion. The risk to reward is essentially 0, which effectively says there's no point of doing this. The only point of doing that would be to then go and say, look at, I win every trade. Cool, good for you. Winning your win rate of trades. I know I'm a video game guy, very, very into like win rate meta in video games. Win rate is irrelevant in trading. Win rate in a bubble, just a statistic of just win rate is irrelevant. Like as a percent, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Win rate when combined with your risk to reward does matter. If your win rate on a 3-to-1 is above 33%, you're a successful trader. If it's less than 33% and you have a large enough sample size, then you're not a successful trader. But your sample size has to be pretty big. You need to have like thousands of trades. So this one might get stopped out. We don't know. But it's a simple 3-to-1. We're looking at a 618 retracement after a move up. We're seeing a retracement down. We don't actually have like a literal horizontal support there. So we might get nuked like what's happening right now. But we had only risked 0.35 in this hypothetical non-financial trade. 0.35%. Had it, or I guess it hasn't gotten stopped out at this point, but let's say it doesn't get stopped out. we would have won 1%. So do you see where that math comes from and why win rate isn't in a bubble meaningful? Because we can lose this 1, 2, 3 times, and if we win 1 time, we've evened out. Win rate in a bubble is meaningless. I don't even know how I got on that. I've just been rambling. It's past my stream time. Now that I have this trade open, I feel like I can't leave. And as it kind of looks like maybe we're going to see something volatile happen too. I don't really know what to do. This is way past my stream time. It's not my normal streaming hours. Typically we stream around like 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern. East. Over there in the east. Let's see how this plays out. I don't think I got to reopen, did I? Nope. We closed some of our short at 21,644. And then I did add that back on. I pulled up here. $21,644. So we actually didn't catch the bottom on FOMC. And then I was looking to add it back at 22,444. Ooh, it's getting spicy. That trade definitely just got stopped out. So womp, there you go. We lost, right? So we need to repeat this trade maybe 1,000 times with the 3-to-1. Maybe 1,000 times, and then we'll know for a successful trader. Wait, I like this one. Big X. Womp, womp, womp. We got stopped. But that's good risk management. We created a trade setup using something, some kind of reasoning outside of guessing. We said, all right, there's a 618 retracement. We see 618 retracements very commonly. We'll see reversals at those points. So we can take a long, how will we decide that long? Well, we can see that maybe we would look for that same retracement to the upside if we bounce there. So we could use that as our take profit. So now we have our reward defined. So all that was left was to define our risk. So I don't even know what price it was. 21.75, whatever. 21.75 random. And we lost. But like we said, if we can win 33% of these, we're good. Losing just one, don't matter. Losing 10 in a row, don't matter. That's how trading goes. You just keep going. The main goal of trading is to be able to continue trading. That's your number one priority. And say, look, we got out of it. Price is going lower. So that was actually in some way a successful trade. Even though it was a losing trade, it was a successful trade. It had the heart, and that's what counts. Where did that diamond thing go? Where did it go? Or is that not even on this chart? I don't know where it went. I probably hit it accidentally. Polyline. Let's do this then. So, not looking so hot here. We broke the 618 retracement. We broke it. Ooh, that actually all fits right here if I place it there. Maybe I'll make it symmetrical. That looks pretty good. Oh, Bitcoin, you might be clowning us. I think the whales are watching and they're like, what? Tom Crown's talking about his diamond crap again? Dump it. Dump it. Little did they know, because they didn't watch the beginning, that we were short. Suckers falling for it. That is a very strange price action. That is very weird. If it breaks a low here, it's absolutely just going to dump. Not financial advice. Absolutely going to dump if it breaks there, which sucks because let's see, what time is it? We have an hour and a half till close. God, this is the price point we are freaking hoping the daily closes above. We bounced from it. Now with like, son of a bitch, an hour and a half to go, it's looking very much like it wants to go lower. No. It can go as low as it wants as long as the daily settles up above 21.6. Doesn't matter. But the closer we get to that daily close and the lower the price goes, the less likely that becomes. So this has completed its deep retrace. That is the 786. Fun fact on trading here. When you have a swing high to swing low and you use your Fibonacci retracement tool, typically you say the 0.5 to the 0.5 is the most common retrace. That means let's say it went up 2, then it comes back down 1, right? And then it can repeat that in an uptrend or negative in a downtrend. The 618 is kind of a special one, and we tend to see stronger bounces, in my opinion. Stronger than the 0.5. When something bounces on the 618, I tend to believe that it's going to continue in the direction it began. When something breaks to its deep retracement at 786, this is typically a signal to the market that the trend wants to continue to one of our Fibonacci extensions. So something like this. It hasn't broken the... it's a signal that's... Okay, it's a signal that the market is looking for that. It does not, of course, guarantee that. But if the low breaks, and that would be 21.55, if we see the low break, which we might right now, this is pretty wild, actually. On the break of that low, your 1618 extension and your 2 measured move target become very, very probable. So this doesn't tell you if it will break. The deep retracement suggests that you have an edge on it breaking to the downside where it originated from, more so than usual. But on the break, you look for the measured move. Very, 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 very rarely do you see something like this. And now that I said it, it'll happen. And then like go up this way. Very rarely. And it'll happen now because I said it never happens. Oh wait, God, if that does, then we have to figure out what I should say to make a bunch of money, because clearly the market's looking for me. I've never thought of it this way, but technically, I don't know if anyone else caught this. We did actually just I don't know if I've ever seen this happen before. We did technically just reignite the diamond signal. That's weird. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen. Because remember, we consolidated, we broke to a lower low, we moved then right to a higher high from the consolidation zone. So we identify a triangle. Okay? But what just happened, and if it's going to prove me wrong here, with what I said about you almost never see this happen, it actually just signaled that again, weirdly. We have consolidation. Then we would, I guess, ignore this part. Not ignore, but then we would reassign and say we went from a higher high to a lower low. It's very unusual for it to play out like this. This is actually pretty spicy. And of course, all of it is just flirting with the only price on this chart I care about for Bitcoin today, and that's 21,614. That's it. That it. CNBC is calling for Bitcoin to go to 10K. Pump it. Let's go. I'm all in. I'm all in. It's got a little spicier with this move. It's got a little spicier with like this drop, at least because when we started watching, or when we started streaming, this was all the price action and it was super lame. So, I mean, that's at least a little more volatility. That's almost what this whole thing is. It's like, let's see. Volatility from this point, volatility contracted right here it contracted. This is where it was its lowest. I'm eyeing this. I'm doing like the math in my head. So I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Pretty sure I'm on here. Volatility contracted here to its tightest point, and then it began unraveling. When it broke this low, this is when it began, or it's not began. It began unraveling. This is where the volatility intensified. It intensified again. It intensified again. So we've seen essentially like 1, 2, 3, 4 swings now in a small time period where our volatility is increasing. Doesn't really matter what direction the price is going. As long as it's moving, we have volatility. This is increasing volatility for sure. I didn't mean moving average. I wonder if the volume is up. Nope, volume does not look stronger on that lower low. Like we said, it had already cleared out orders at 21.6, and so the reason it was threatening is if it falls again, those orders aren't there anymore. And so it's easier to push price down. That's going to be so trolly if it does that. Now, guys, let me give you a lesson about technical analysis. Very rarely do you see this happen, and then it happens in that example. Thanks, universe. What did I ever do to you? I'm trying to make this into a perfect square. I can't. Yep, I assume then we just move this down. We got faked out for sure. I mean, yeah, we got faked out for sure. That's a weird move. Well, I'm not complaining. Our short is in deeper profits. Can't complain. I will complain though if it doesn't pick back up before the friggin' day ends. Wamp. Next. God. Just a sliver, man. A freaking sliver of the chart. That's all we need. Just a sliver. Just a $30, $40 move. That's 0.002%. Let's go. Get up. You've got an hour and 25 minutes to do it. Do it. What's up, David? How you doing, bro? Charts pointing to the end of the Ukraine war, if you're honest. I am not going to comment on that specifically, but I'll say I am a believer that charts absolutely. You show me a chart, I'll show you the news. Charts front run news in a way that goes to what I was saying earlier about how markets have a somewhat magical, and it's not actual magic, but I guess it's just not understood science, right? Like all magic. Element to them. People ask, why do markets go up and down? And there is not an answer. There is no accepted answer to that. Yes, we can say, because people buy and sell an asset. Yep. A huge spider web. And you'd be correct. But that doesn't explain, it doesn't answer the question of like, why do they go up and down? We have correlations, we have different things, but there really is no accepted answer as to what. There's no like single answer to that question, other than the literal buying and selling. Look it up. Ewar woo woo. See, that's the way you get me to say a silly name or something silly. It's just that's what you name yourself, and then I'll say it. Ewar woo woo says top class commentary. Thank you, sir. This is like much later than we usually stream. I'm not actually on my game right now, and I didn't plan anything. Just felt the urge to go live, so I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. JW tried to tell all of us. Try to tell us all. The lower it goes, the lower the next all-time high will be. I'm not sure if history actually agrees with that. Because some of the deepest retracements on Bitcoin were earlier in Bitcoin's history, and the cycle highs never got larger. So I think you could honestly make the argument that the more something retraces, the more upside it has, at least in the history of crypto. I'm not going to speak for everything. Quality channel, thank you. Lambretta Images Archive. Lambretta. I don't know how to say that, but I like it. Thank you, friend. You guys are so nice today. I'm out of energy. I feel like I'm putting on a crap show, but it is what it is. Dafty Punker, dude, that I 100% agree. Bitcoin right now is more oversold than it's ever been in its existence. Doesn't mean it has to go up. Things can continue to be oversold. In order to become this oversold, it had to keep being sold while it was oversold, right? But this is generic the pickle you shouldn't have. Making me blush. But this is the most oversold Bitcoin has ever been, ever. Period. It's weird. It's weird because it's the most oversold it's ever been, but we've seen it retrace deeper with less oversold levels. I honestly think it has something to do with Tesla and insolvencies in the crypto space, essentially like bankruptcies. I think Tesla, well, I don't think, I know. Tesla stated that they exited at the end of Q2, and that netted them like an average sell price of $29,000. And guess what? That was right at the major support we had from the year before. Not that Tesla necessarily is to blame or something. There were other actors because we didn't know it at the time, but now we do. In hindsight, Celsius was insolvent. Voyager, whatever, all these platforms, a lot of this DeFi kind of house of cards was falling apart, and that was already taking place. We just didn't know about it yet. That didn't just all of a sudden happen. That happened over time. So those were other elements involved in it. But I think if you want to be an optimist, you argue that's capitulation. Forced capitulation. In fact, like Tesla, just Tesla selling might be the single largest capitulation, from one person, one actor, not person, one actor, that we've ever seen. Certainly there are whales who have sold more than that in the history of Bitcoin, but that might be the single on record largest capitulation. It's kind of interesting. You can look at it both ways. Your TA looks like the beginning of a big middle finger. David Svetlik. You were around in the last bull market, weren't you, bud? Only 2017 people in crypto before 2020. Only people in crypto before 2020 know what the middle finger pattern is. I can't even remember what time frame it was on. Was it right here? I forget what it was, but something on the 4 hour, it literally painted like this. It was knuckles and then a middle finger, and then it was even a thumb. It was just so ridiculous, and everyone was even the market's flipping us off. It was funny. Or maybe that was just a random unique comment and you're just a funny guy. Intuitive guy, I don't know. But I remember that clear as day. The middle finger pattern. I'm sure I can find an image somewhere where I tweeted it. Probably tweeted it. Something like that. Follow me on Twitter. I just put the Discord thing in accidentally. Ooh, we have a new subscriber. Izaru. Subscribe. Shout out to you, my friend. Welcome. Oh, the music's down so low because that theme song blew my freaking eardrums out. Actually, I hurt my ear with it. It's way louder. I'll play it again. What if I streamed like this? The chillin' channel. Though we are kind of the chillin' channel anyway. Surprised I've never leaned back like this. It's hella comfortable compared to leaning forward. Can't really read the screen as well. Decisions. I can't believe how few subscribers. That's the only one it's alerted me of. Is Aru. I'm sure others have. In fact, I can probably just look at my analytics and see that number went up today. I might even be able to see the exact number of how many subscribers YouTube isn't telling me we gained. Wow, not a lot actually. Alert box isn't too off. Yeah, 13. Looks like we've gained 14. Someone just subscribed as I said it. It was 13, 14 during this live stream. That's extremely low. We aren't at our normal time. The market isn't being, oh yeah, take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Take it, you son of a bitch. Take it back. Get over. 21.6. Get over it. Fuck you. Get over it. The market isn't particularly spicy right now. It looked like it was about to be and then kind of just nullified its entire move. There we go. Really what we're doing, I'm just burning time until the daily close. That's it. I want to see the close for those of you just joining it. I want to see 21,600. Any number above, I'll take it and I'll be happy. And if you don't know why, then you missed the beginning of the stream. There we go, baby. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Missed the beginning of the stream, and that's okay. DVR is enabled. You can go back and check it out. I probably won't timestamp this one. I'll try to timestamp the 21.6 part, though. But I did a full in-depth explanation, so I'm not going to go through it again. It is the macro importance price to close above today. Closing below it will suck. Closing above it can be a very nice sign of strength. I would, of course, prefer to see a little bit more upside than just closing like on 21.6. I'd like to see a little bit higher. I'd like to see a little higher. Dang. You know what this looks like? You know what this looks like? It looks like this. It did the same thing. We had the diamond, because we would have drawn the diamond. And then from the higher high to the lower low, it went to a higher high again. That's why these look very similar. We had the low, higher high. Or we had the lower low, higher high, lower low. This was higher high, lower low, higher high. So the opposite. Inverse of this. This is definitely not a way I would... This is not a way that I would trade by, but it is an interesting thought experiment, and I highly recommend you guys use the ghost bars pattern, mess around with it. If you go to TradingView, to the toolbar on your left, it's the one right above the one that has all the like stickery icons. I don't even know if you can see. It's called bars pattern. Highly recommend you check it out if you haven't. With the bars pattern, you can copy candles, copy candle history, and you can paste it. So you can see it's moving around. It's moving as I move the chart because it's acting like candles would. So this is upside down. I'm identifying potentially a pattern that's upside down. So it's not flipped. I'm going to mirror it. Badoop. Let's see how close to price action this looks. Again, not really a way to trade necessarily, but certainly it's a good exercise for anyone who wants to get better at technical analysis. Who wants to try to identify patterns early, because that's an edge. That's what it'll look like if we follow the mirrored version. You see how similar it is now that I've zoomed in? I should do it on a lower time frame, TBH. I should do it on a lower time frame, and I should not have as much of it What you'll find if you watch charts all day, every day, like I do, and have done, is it rarely does the exact same thing, but it almost always does something extremely similar to what it just did. And so that's why I like trying to identify these. That's pretty good. That's actually very good. I like that. Where does this put us? I don't even know, dude. I don't even know, because then that's bad. That's another deep retracement. And then you broke your low. Was it like in a different hourly, though? I'm going to take one of these off. I like this one. Let's match up these lows. Let's fit it a little closer. Later, we're going to draw Pokemon. There we go. I like that. That's satisfying. The lows they're like one candle off and it's trolling me, but that's a pretty good fit. That's a pretty good fit. What I like about it too is that it's past the 618, but it's some kind of retracement, return to the mean, and then it breaks. And this is just if this mirrored pattern plays out. Then it breaks 21.6 and does as we'd kind of expect everything to do. If it breaks support, we see it, I would say 80% of the time, not right away, but eventually, I would say 80% of the time, or 90%, support is tested as resistance, or resistance is tested as support. It happens almost always. There's one price point on this chart, on the entire Bitcoin chart, that comes to mind that we didn't. And it's weirdly, well, not weirdly, I guess, rightfully, a number that people are talking about a lot lately. My freaking trading view will work. That's 13.8. 13.8. This was resistance. It was resistance at the previous all-time high. It was resistance again in 2019. Yeah, a little heartburn. Resistance again in 2019, and then we broke through it. It was never back tested. Never back tested as support. 13.8. It's a good target. If you don't think that the bottom is in or in the 17,000 range, 13.8 is the next logical number. If you don't think that 13.8 would be the bottom, the next logical number is 10,750. We'll call it 10.7. 10.7. The difference, though, is that 10.7 was tested as support. 2019, it was resistance. It was tested once, rejected twice. We fell in March, broke back above it, and boop, there's your support test. It held. Not only did it hold, but it pushed price all the way back to the all-time high. It then went on to break that and rallied all the way to 66K, 69K. Nice. We did it for the memes, though. No matter what, we did it for the memes, baby. So is this going to play out? I don't know. Just make it a little less visible so we can actually see the lines. Okay. Oh, my puppy's outside playing with our neighbor's dog. Chris Sinclair, your message got auto-modded by YouTube. He said, but in any bull cycle, you could have shit on a stick coin and it will go up. So I'll agree with you. I have another thought for you too, though. So, in my opinion, the bull market is much, much, much harder trading and much harder specifically for new traders. The reason being is, yeah, you could pick any coin and it would have gone up, right? Pretty much. With very few exceptions. Squid Game Probably shouldn't have picked Squid Game. You should just randomly invest in shit. The problem is what'll happen is you'll enter a coin and yeah, everything goes up. You'll enter the coin like right after it goes up because you're a new retail trader. You see it go up and you say, oh, if I go in now, it'll just keep going for infinity, right? So you enter and then it stops. And it doesn't necessarily even have to go down. You can just trade sideways. And then everything else starts pumping, or other things, essentially. The market kind of cycles around pumps. There's like coins that'll kind of pump together. They'll stop. Other ones will pump. They'll stop. Other ones will pump. And it's like they're taking turns almost. And so the new retail trader enters at this pump and then sees the coin not move, and they see everything else move, and they go, oh my God, what's happening? What did I do? And so I got to get into this other one. This other one's pumping. And so they sell that one that they bought, probably at a loss because they bought it and then sold it pretty quickly. It was probably maybe a day or two. They likely bought it and it just retraced, and they end up selling almost right as it reverses again. And they buy into another top. They just have this cycle of buying into these tops over and over and over again. And so it is as easy as you could just picked any coin. That's totally correct. But what isn't easy is for new people to do that, to actually do it. It's easy to say, but I'm telling you, as someone who has personally spoken with thousands of brand new crypto investors, I've mentored hundreds of brand new crypto investors. That is a very, very difficult thing for people to do when they start. Extremely. I almost want to say it's impossible. It's not impossible. I've seen it done, but for every one person that like actually was able to listen and do that, there's 100 or 1,000 that weren't. And then you have the other end of it, is they also are likely buying at near the peak of the entirety of the bull market. And so if they didn't do this pump chasing, what they end up doing is end up riding it all the way back down. They bought at the high and they ride it all the way back down. And eventually that pain becomes too much and they sell. Or they forget about it. And those people tend to be successful. Honestly, some of the most successful crypto investors I know are people who lost their coins and found them later or forgot about them. Crypto is the ultimate game. It is the ultimate mindfuck. Ultimate. It's incredible how it can manipulate human emotions so efficiently. It's just wild, man. It's wild. Even to this day, like having literally full-time streamed watch these charts on YouTube. I was doing it long before that, but on YouTube for over 3 years. I still sometimes still feel that like emotional manipulation. Like after, I don't know, you could probably pick almost any day in the last 9 months, right? Probably pick any of these days. But I'll tell you, as someone who's been in the space a long time, I can just tell you by the chart, I was likely very stressed out, like at each one of these points, like right before the market moved. And it didn't mean that I knew it was going to drop, but just once you're on like the market's cycle, I don't really know how to describe this, long enough, like it impacts more than just your thoughts. It's like your own kind of internal clock starts to line up with it. And I swear to God, like sometimes I'll just get bitchy, like for no reason. And I'll be like, why am I in such a bad mood? Because I'm usually not in any mood. I'm usually just pretty neutral. Like, well, I'm in a bad mood. And it's almost always when the market is at just a very tense spot, like a very pivoty point where maybe it's not moving much, but it's like at like this super important value. Maybe like right now, right here, even though this one isn't that big, 21.6 today. But the equivalent of that on like the monthly, you'll just be stressed out. And you won't even have to look at the chart. Like you could be stranded in the woods. I bet if I was kidnapped and put in the woods for I don't know how long, I bet that I would be able to like not predict when Bitcoin was going to move, but I bet without any way of like accessing the internet, like I would feel something in my body. I'd be like I'm out in the woods alone, but I'm all stressed today more than usual. And I bet that would be like the day before it moves. It's weird. I don't know how long that would last. You know, I'm not saying that would be forever, but like your body, it's more than just like thoughts. I don't know what this is, man. Markets are something else. We got an hour and 1 minute. Oh, man. Drop my headphones. You've made your short. Now it's no trade zone. Well, my portfolio of spot coins is always long, so I do prefer to have short positions when I take leverage positions, because my spot value goes down when price go down, but if I'm short, I get a little bit of reward. And even if that reward doesn't offset the losses in my portfolio, it does something that's probably more important, which is it just helps me remain mentally comfortable and non-emotional. That's it. Even though overall I'm losing money when the price, like when crypto market goes down, I'm losing net worth. If I have a short open, even if that's not covering that, I feel it really does cut down on maybe the wild swings of panic. The wild swings of emotion. What's the word I'm looking for? On the most volatile swings, perhaps. Perhaps. That's why I highly recommend learn your TA. Paper trade if you haven't ever. Paper trade for a while. Just get used to an exchange, get used to setting orders, getting used to, because it's a lot of losses are user error when it comes to exchanges. I myself do it. Sometimes I'm like, all right, I want to take profit on my short here. So I'm going to I don't know, take a few contracts off and I'll put it in the wrong direction. And it's just user error. It's because I've done it thousands and thousands of times. Every once in a while, you just click the wrong button. And guess what? There's no backsies. Like, you lose that money. You lose it. Just because you made a mistake. Like, no one refunds you. God, it's just so trolly. We have 1 hour till close, and price is a micro fraction away from the value. We're sitting here just waiting to see if it closes above 0.16%. Even less. Maybe it's going to go back below. Shalom. Shalom loves taking coins from new traders. That is true, because that whole story I told about new people and the cycle, chasing pumps, etc. There's always a winner on the end of a trade. Well, technically two people can win in a trade, but the whole net of the market is that there is a losing and a winning party in each transaction. You look at the whole net. And people who aren't emotional, people who are experienced, in not directly, but in many ways, you're just taking their coins. Because when you're panic selling as a noob, that's when people like me and Shalom are probably buying. That's gotten me into some trouble with some alts. Not as much with Bitcoin. But some alts has gotten me in a little bit of trouble, but I love buying blood. I've been at this game so long, if something is green, I will never buy it. I'll never buy an asset that's green recently. Like, if the daily candle is green, you're not buying it. It's like you have to beat into yourself, literally, by psychological trauma of losing money, losing trades, etc. You have to beat into yourself the concept of go against those emotions. When you feel that fear, it doesn't mean you have to go buy or open a leverage position or something. But when you feel that fear that's like, it's going to go to zero, I have to sell it. That is a time. Just know that there's someone out there that is ready to buy. That is sitting there going, I can feel the fear. I see the blood. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. And we're ready to buy. So in many ways, it is like a transfer, taking their coins. It's not quite as personal though. It's very unpersonal. But somebody's selling when you're buying. No one can sell Bitcoin if there's no buyers. That's an interesting thought. If you've never thought of that before, take a second. If there are no buyers in a market, you can't sell. If there are no sellers in a market, if no one in the world, there wasn't a single Satoshi on exchange that was willing to be sold, no one could buy Bitcoin. No one could buy it. You have to have a seller for every buyer. So every single point in price action, and you can probably guess where the noobs bought and where the OGs or where the big boys bought. Every single point on this chart, all the way down here in March, this wick, when it was down at 3,000 right here, people were shitting their pants right there. People were panic selling. Bitcoin's going to zero. Oh no, it's over, right? Right there at that very lowest level. That's March, but at that very lowest level, people were panic selling, but someone was buying it because you can't sell without a buyer. You can't buy without a seller. The same is true up here, 69K. As people were buying, there had to be someone selling it to them. Someone had to sell at 69K. Many people, many people, whatever. There had to be orders. There had to be like asset for sale, or else it couldn't trade there. Because if no one's buying it from you, how are you getting it? Or if no one's selling it to you, how are you getting it? You're not. You could mine it, of course. But that's not really relevant to what I'm describing. I'm out of energy. I was trying to make it to the end of this freaking daily because it's so important. But it is moving slow. People selling at 20K will buy at 40. Yep. People that are selling right now, I'll put it this way. People who are selling right now are much more likely to buy at 40K than they are even back at the low at 17.5. Not like, even if Bitcoin goes to 10K or something, people who are selling right now for the first time are more likely to buy higher than they are to lower. Because when the lower numbers come, they've already panic sold. They're already emotional. They're already feeling fear. They're already having a fight or flight reflex response. They're sweating. They got adrenaline. As price continues to fall, that just gets stronger and stronger. That response becomes more and more compelling. And eventually the bottom's in, and it's too late. Then they see price move past where they sold, and they think, I'm not falling for that again. And then it about, I would say, doubles. That's why I think Shalom chose 40. That's about right. People love buying back for half. They love buying back for 50%. That's why we included on the Fibonacci retracements tool, even though 0.5 is not a Fibonacci level. Fun fact. It is the only level that is not a Fibonacci level on the Fibonacci extension and retracements tool. Man, my throat's getting sore too. Oh my. I just want to see this close, guys. This is not at all how I thought it would go. I didn't plan anything, so I don't know how I thought it would go. I thought I was going right up to 22.5. It got damn close, 22.27. Market threw me a sneaky. Good morning from Bali. Good morning, Chris. Love your streams with your coffee. Cheers, my friend. Hope you have a great day. See, Chris is out there. His day's just starting. Our day is ending. It never ends. O'Reilly said it all when he said you can't approach crypto with old school models that work somewhat good with regular. I would agree. I would say you really can't approach Bitcoin with any model. There's really, like, there's, I don't know. The only thing that I know, I guess maybe this is some hyperbole, but the only thing that I know about Bitcoin is whatever it has never done before, the odds of it doing it are almost 100%. They're very good. Bitcoin firsts. It's never done this. It's almost like by saying it, you summon it into existence. MH, did CF close a short last night? I don't know. I ended up playing League. I think on Twitter he said he closed a short. Slam a bang. Slam a bang. Blech. What is what? Oh no, Y2K, are you Gen Z? I feel like only Gen Z drinks bang. Does anybody else like bang? Honestly, I like energy drinks. I'm like I genuine like I have energy drinks just sitting around. Thank you ones. And I've never enjoyed a bang. It has kind of like that Red Bull taste. I don't like Red Bull either. I have to sleep, dude. I'm tired too, Auntie. Respect, my friend. Come back anytime. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Send a. This is. Oh my gosh, I definitely am having some heartburn. I was trying to speak and just noises were coming out. Definitely. 27th. July 27th. Mark your calendar. No, don't even mark your calendars. Do this. Here's the link. Link's in the chat. 27th, big FOMC meeting. Last FOMC meeting that we streamed live last month was record setting for our channel. We broke 2,500 concurrent viewers. The stream got more than 20,000 views while it was live. It was huge. It's fun. We've made it into a whole thing. I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be spicy. So go to that scheduled stream and click the notify me button. There's a little bell button. You have to have your YouTube notifications enabled. If you don't, I don't think it will do it, but just do it anyway, because you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be a good time. There's rumors Gina will be there. Guys, I thought about messaging Gina on Twitter because I think her DMs are open. I thought about messaging her and being like, hey, I just wanted you to know that I love you, baby. No, how freaking creepy would that be? No, just that like, hey, my community, we watch these and I don't know, like we appreciate you. We appreciate you and your questions, and if you ever stumble upon us being weird, don't worry about it. It's just a joke. But then I didn't. It was one of those things like where you type it all out and you're about to hit send and you're like, nah, delete. No, I don't want to say any of that. Let's just not have it. Black cherry vanilla. Black cherry vanilla. I don't know what you're talking about. Is good, but I like vanilla and black cherry, two of my all-time favorite flavors. So they're definitely in the top 5. I think vanilla's number 1. Vanilla. Bang tastes too faked. It just tastes like Red Bull to me. Tom Fed live stream tomorrow. Oh, Jasao. You probably heard it, but in case you didn't, I was just like scrolling back. I put the link in it. It's already scheduled. If you go to that link, I'm just going to show you guys. Oops, I went wrong. That was weird. If you go to that link, right, it'll have, this is the trailer, or badass trailer. Click this button. Notify me. I also want to see, because I've never asked people to do this before. I also want to see if we get a bunch of people to do it, if that influences the algorithm, because I have a hunch it will heavily influence the algorithm, like heavily, like breaking records last time or high, maybe breaking last month's record this month, back-to-back month-to-month records. So please, if you have a minute, if you could kindly, I need water. I already kind of see price action deviating from this potential copied bar pattern. If we move this over, we can see this was more of a V-shaped bottom. I'll make this visible again. This was more of a V-shaped bottom than this. This had the potential for a V-shaped bottom, off of like that candle when it had just painted this big green candle, but this sideways kind of with the local lower lows and lower highs, in my opinion, it's kind of throwing this out of the window. Because this is very much... Oh, wait a minute. No. No. This is it's just not that V. It's not that V-shaped kind of like quick buying, moving back up. So we might already be able to throw this pattern out. It probably is too soon. I should have done it on, that's why I did it on the hourly as well. It's probably too soon to completely throw it out. But let's see what it looks like on the hourly, because if it broke the hourly, because you look at the hourly, this could be similar still. It would mean that in this hourly, we're going to expect a little bit more upside, which is good because this is the last hourly in the day, and we want it to close above 21.6, so fingers crossed, but like the hourly shows us that this pattern is not throwawayable yet, but that it has some conditions to meet. Like, it's got some conditions to meet if it wants to follow this. Like, it really can't just close here. It has to move. It has to retrace up a little bit, or I think it's deviating too much. That's just a perspective call, though. Like, there's no set rules on this. This is like a lot of TA, especially in crypto. There's no standard. Every crypto analyst's job is to kind of I don't like the word make up, because it makes it seem too silly, but to make up, to come up with, to invent new ways. That's a better way to put it. Better off watching 5 or 15, yeah. Yeah, we're on the 5. There's 45 minutes till the close. I'm glad the price isn't respecting my pattern too. Well, so like I said, typically we don't trade the pattern expecting the pattern to play out exactly, right? But you could use, not financial advice, this line of thinking to create invalidation points, which, as we always talk about, are the most important things that, well, are one of the most important elements of successful trading. Identifying where your thesis is wrong and identifying it quickly and cutting your losses. So you could do it many ways. You could say, I'm going to use this one. Let's say the daily closes like right here. We can say that move then is probably unlikely, at least like to play out. I don't know. I'm not going to comment. My brain is not really alert enough today. I'm not on my game. If it had gone to 25.5, I would have gotten my adrenaline running, but son of a bitch. Still a good call. Just snaked me on the upside here. A good thing is, I mean, if this deviation from this pattern, if we're saying we're not looking for this, well, then, you know what is not that? This. This is not that. So that becomes not necessarily more probable, but I don't know. Not this. It's something else. This isn't that either, so it could be that. Okay, I'm going to keep that. I like it. Let's see how far it kind of sticks to it. We've made some of these and been just like spot on and then seen the patterns break and then the trend change. So that's why I'm a big patterns fan, actually. Liquidity crisis on USD in Egypt. There's seemingly liquidity crisis like with all currency everywhere right now. What is up? Jay Bocephalus Bollinger. Are you related to the man himself, Mr. Bollinger? Bullish megaphone forming. Well, you had me at bullish hello. How could I see this? I could see this bullish megaphone that like this. I could see on like a daily. Wait, this. How this is. How is this 30 minutes that I'm seeing so much? What? Oh, I'm really zoomed in. Yeah, I could see that on like the daily here. You could identify this, but you'd have to, in my opinion, you'd have to see like some kind of reversal and high break before you would do that. So maybe the daily is what you're looking at. This is how I see the entire chart right now. This is all I care about. Resistance, 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 support, new high. Now we have what looks, in my opinion, this kind of, to me, looks more like a falling wedge or descending channel. This looks like a descending channel. Come on. It's good enough. And so, what I want is I want this descending channel to do as they do and break to the upside, hold our macro support, and I want to see 21.5. I want to see the previous low was support. I want to see it tested as resistance. And to summarize today's entire stream, really, a close. Why can't we see this on the day? A close above 21,614. I'm going to be looking for it. Oh, she's leaving. I'll come down. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold on 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. The lady had her friend over, and I just met her, and she's leaving. I'm going to say goodbye to her quick. But I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We got a while. We got a while to go. See if this pattern works out. I'm going to hide the chair because I feel like less people leave then. Yeah. Wait, watch this. Alrighty then, we're back. We lost some of you survivors. Man, we've been on 2 hours. Price action has been pretty interesting, actually. We've got 35 more minutes till the close. Only thing anyone needs to know about this close is 21,600. Above it, potential for some very bullish strength. Below it, pretty shitty. Pretty shitty, looking for continuation of the downside. We've been live 2 hours. It's a chill stream. I think we've had a total of 14 subscribers. To give you insight, no, actually, okay, that's gone up to 30, so that's better. That's 30, all right. On a normal day, we get like 100 to 200, so it's a very chill day, viewership-wise, and I guess price-wise, because not a lot of people, I think, understand the importance of this value and this close today. But you all do, because you're here. And you're awesome. I don't think I'm going to make it. I was gonna do my best to make it to the close. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the close because it's just not enough volatility. But here's what I will do: is I will put this up. I will put this chart. I'll put this chart with this doodle, with this copied bar pattern, up in the Discord live. So you should join the Discord if you haven't yet. I'll put it up live if you guys want to like just follow along after it. I don't know. And as usual, as always, we'll be doing live airdrops. You'll get a few free Satoshis just for being in the Discord. You don't have to do anything. The only thing, when you join, you'll see the verify room. You have to click that green check mark emoji. Click that. That's our bot thing to keep bots out. It does pretty good. Not the best. Does pretty good. And that's it. You don't have to set up a wallet or anything. It's all integrated through TipBot CC. So jump in there. Should follow me on Twitter if you haven't. I'm good at tweets. I'm good at tweeting. Should definitely be subscribed. And let's, as always, wrap it up. Shout out to our sponsors, Market Cypher and FOMC. Honestly, guys, like Market Cypher, I use it every single day here in front of you guys. I don't win every trade, but we've been pretty good. Our P&L lifetime from live trading on this channel is definitely not too bad. Pretty good. And I use Market Cypher for 100% of my trades. Check it out. You can use promo code CROWN for 10% off. CF put out a 25% off one last night that was limited. If you sign up for it, try Memelon, MEMELON. There might still be a few Memelon. There was like maybe 100 he made of them. I don't remember. For 25% off. Check out FOMC. I trade on them all the time. Love them. Great exchange. Use my link. They're our sponsors. Makes me look good. That's about it, boys. And catch y'all tomorrow. Don't catch you tomorrow. I'll see you at the FOMC meeting. Cheers.